Hi, I'm Beth with 50 Plus Beauty, and I'm so glad you're here with me today to see my $5 makeup face. Nothing on my face except a primer costs more than $5, which goes to show you can get a nice look without breaking the bank. First, if you're not a subscriber, I hope you'll subscribe and just click that little bell. All that does is it notifies you of my future videos. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It just lets you know when I have makeup and skincare videos for you. Now let's get down to the fun stuff. Let me take off this makeup and we'll get started. Okay, let's get down to this. Now the first thing I'm going to be doing is an all-over face primer, and I absolutely love this little baby skin primer from Maybelline, and this is the only product that was slightly over $5. It was $5.64 or something like that. And actually there is a Wet n Wild primer that you could use that everybody on YouTube raves about. It's called the Photo Focus Primer, and it is actually under $5, but I love this one. And so I really wanted to show this to you. Look at my face right now, and now I'll put the primer over it. And as you can see, it mats out my pores. It's called Maybelline Baby Skin, the idea being that babies have beautiful skin. As you can see, the baby skin primer has matted out my face, and I really do like this primer. It's a good one. Now I'm going to be going in with some eyelid primer, and this is the I Love Color Intensifying Eyelid Primer from Essence. I really like this one. In terms of a low-end primer, I think you can't beat it. As you know, I love the Milani eyeshadow primer. However, it is not under $5. And that just smooths out the eyelids and gives it kind of an all-over, more matte color. And I've been using it for the past few days, and it really does seem to keep my eyeshadow adhering. Got a little extra primer there. Now for foundation, I'm going to be going in with this Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in the color Buff Bisque. And I like this one. And I would say it is a medium to full coverage, which I like that. For me, I would like the full coverage of maybe a sack over my head sometimes. I really like full coverage. Now I'm actually going to be going in with my Artis brush. You can use a dupe if you want. I really love these brushes for foundation. I really have not found anything I like as well as these Artis brushes. They are very finely packed in terms of, the number of bristles. They are super soft with thousands of tiny bristles, it feels like, on each brush. And it just really helps your foundation go on smoothly and flawlessly. The one thing you have to make sure of, though, is to really check your foundation after you use this brush, because it will feel like your foundation is totally flawless and you'll realize that you've missed a big chunk. So let me take a look at this real quick. This brush feels so wonderful that it's a bit deceiving at times. Okay, I think that looks good. Now for concealer, I'm going in with this Rimmel Match Perfection in 245 Light. This one is a little bit light for me. I've realized that I'm really more of a medium coverage, and I've also realized that I like my concealer to match my foundation, not to be lighter. When I was younger, I think I looked a little bit like a raccoon in the headlights. So I really do like to match a little better. Maybe that's why they call it Match Perfection. Put a little around the nose. And I will tell you one thing I don't like about this particular foundation is it used to have a little brush on the end, and you can't see the little brush because I cut it off. I don't like those little gimmicky things that they do, like adding a little brush on the end. It costs them more money, and I would prefer just a standard tube. Now to buff that in, I'm going in with my Sigma F55 large concealer brush, and I absolutely love this brush for concealer. I think it is very soft and it floats over your foundation, so it does not remove your foundation. It does an excellent job at patting that concealer on. I've got an oily face going and I need a little loose powder, and this is a wonderful powder. This is the NYC Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder in Translucent. I love this little powder, and it's under $3. It's amazing. And like any powder, it is very powdery, which I don't like about loose powders in general, but what are you gonna do? So just dip that brush in there, and I'm using the It Cosmetics face brush, which I really like this brush. And I also go over the eyelid primer, because we want that to be not quite so greasy when we put our eyes on. Pat that all over. Now I'm going in with eyes, and I'm going to be using this contouring eye pencil. It's the Essence product, and the color is chocolate meets vanilla. And so it's just a little two-tone eye look that we're going to be doing. And so I'll just kind of smooth this all over the lid. It's a little kind of shiny-ish beige color. Do the other side. This is very, very simple. And it goes on a little bit wet and oily. Very quickly it dries to a nice little powder. Go in and do a little highlight there. A little bit on the inner rim. Now for the transition, I'm going to be using this darker color, and I'll go ahead and smooth that on, and then I may go in with the brush, and I'll just use that little brown side just to do that. Just kind of in a little windshield wiper motion, even though it's cream. Do the other side. I'm going to pat that on a little bit with their fingers. It's a little forgiving, which is nice. Now we're going to take this brown and do a little bit in the outer third, just to kind of blend that eyelid in with the transition area. Do the other side. Kind of blot that down a little bit with your fingers. I guess I didn't have to use a brush after all. Now I'm going to go in under the eye, and I am going to use this brown, and I think I will just use a little e.l.f. smudge brush under there. So I'll just take a little bit of that on the brush. You know, I'm thinking I want to be a little more dramatic than that. So I think I'll just go in with the tip of this and see what happens. Just go in under the eye. Make sure to wing it out on the side to where it goes up to that transition, meets the transition. Very nice. Now for eyeliner, I'm going to be going in with this Essence eyeliner pen, which is waterproof, and I'll do that off camera. I really like this eyeliner, and it does go on very nicely if you like liquid liner. Now for the next step, I'm going to be going in with mascara, and I'll just go ahead and kind of comb my lashes and go ahead and give them a curl. That always helps to make the lashes stand up, look a little longer. Now I'm going to be going in with this Catrice Cosmetics Lash Dresser Comb Mascara. I really like this one. It gives you length and volume, and it has a little comb on the end of it. Very, very small little plastic brush, but I think it does a really good job. It's only one coat. Do the other side. Comb out any clumps. So there's the mascara. I really like it. I don't like clumps, and this mascara does not clump, and it's very nice and dark. Let's go ahead and do some blush, and this is the Maybelline Fit Me blush in the color Rose. I really like this one. This Maybelline Fit Me line is wonderful. They also have a palette, which has like 4 colors in it, I think, and I really like that, but of course that's up over $10. This one is under $5. And just dab it on to make sure it doesn't go on too pigmented. This is a great blush line. They have tons of colors too. Nice. Now to put a little glow on that, I'm going to go in with this Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. Love this. And what it does is it just gives you a little bit of glow on the apple of your cheeks. And you can use it other places, but I pretty much just use it there. And this matches all skin tones. It is a fabulous little highlighter. So I just have a little bit of a shine there. Now next I'm going to do a little bit of bronzer, and I'm using this Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette, and I absolutely love this. Plus it's such a bargain, I think it would last you the rest of your life. So I'm just going to go in on this darker shade here. Just do a little bit underneath. A little bit under here. I'm not really using it to sculpt my face, just to kind of give me some color. Whoa. Now I'll take a little bit of this bright shade and put it down the bridge of my nose and on the Cupid's bow. Maybe a little bit up under the eyes, top of the cheeks. Maybe a little in the divots. The Frankenstein divots. Now for lip liner, I'm going to be going in with this Jordana Easy Liner in the color Rose. And I'll go across the Cupid's bow to try to make my lips look a little bit more full. A little bit outside the natural lip line. So that's how that color looks. Now I'm going to be going in with this Catrice Volumizing Lip Booster. The Catrice people actually sent me two. They sent me this one and they sent me this other one, this Essence Shine 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 Lip Gloss. But I really kind of like this color because it's a little more orange, so I'll go in with that. And I will tell you, I've been using this for a few days and it does not feel like it really boosts your lips. But I've never really had a lip booster that really does. It does give you kind of a nice, kind of a cooling sensation, which I do like that though. And I think it's a very nice natural color. And my feeling about lip glosses is really, to me, a lip gloss is pretty much the same. Unless you have a specific color you want. There's one in Revlon called Foiled, I think, and I will go buy that one specifically. But in terms of lip glosses in general, I just like to save money on them and put my money in other parts of my makeup. Okay, that's my $5 makeup face. Nothing on my face was more than $5 except that little baby skin primer, which was just over $5. Now, if you're not a subscriber, I hope you'll go ahead and subscribe and click the little bell. All that does is notify you of my future videos. You're not on a mailing list. I don't get your email address. It just keeps you informed whenever I have a makeup or skincare video. Now, I always like to leave you with a little thought for the day, and I've been using this card deck, The Language of Letting Go. I'll go ahead and choose a card, and we'll see what God or the universe has in store for us for the day. Okay. Oh, this is kind of an interesting one. Letting go of being right. Letting go of being right. And it has a heart and a bird, which is nice. Today I will realize that being myself and letting others be themselves is far more important than being right. Love that. Value and worth are not dependent upon being right. And I'm striving for love in my relationships, not superiority. I won't hide behind being right, but will just let myself be who I am. Oh my, this is a fabulous one. And I use this in my first half in my business with my sister, for example. Some of you may know I've been in business, kind of an insurance type business. I've been in business with my sister for 21 years. And for those of you who work with your sister, you know, it can have moments of tension for sure. We used to kind of do battle with each other over kind of silly things. And finally I realized I don't have to have the last word. That in my relationship with her, that the only way that it was going to work is for me to release my need to feel like I was right. I didn't have to have the last word. I could let her feel like she won, like she was right, and then I could go ahead and do what I needed to do. And I think that's so important in relationships because really, what do you want at the end of the day? Do we have to be right in every situation? Or in some situations that really don't matter, can we just let the situation go and let the other person feel right and go on down our road and have a happy, easy relationship? In our second half, of course, there are important situations where we do need to stand up for what we believe, but in most everyday situations, let's release our need to be right and to feel superior and let peace and harmony reign. Take care. See you next time.